The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am, of course, your storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Duron of Clan Venture tonight.
I'm Mischievous Red, and I'll be playing Isabella Caputo of Clan Toreador.
Good evening. I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Miriam, and I'm playing Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
And last week, well, they had a busy night. They had to go and deal with a wassailed kindred. Of course, at the request of Tatiana. And they also have another loose end they've got to clean up, a Jerry Lightfoot. Now, this week, as you can see, Lamar is not here. Lamar, actually, since he got that information from Roscoe, he's busy processing through it. And Nicholas tonight gave the bones to the Coterie, but is unable to make it as well because Nicholas is off, well, doing Nicholas things, probably involving a dead body somewhere. Don't ask too many questions, everybody. And tonight, we're actually going to be picking up the day after they had dealt with this wassailed kindred. Now, when you rise from your day's sleep, your associated ghouls, Roscoe, you don't have one. I guess you had to turn the news on yourself, informed you that the events of the medical district, apparently after you all left, a fire started because that Megadon Pharmaceuticals company's building burned down during the day. Most of the building burned to the ground. Of course, the associated ghouls would, of course, inform y'all right away because, well, they knew where you were. And also during the day, Etienne, of course, Jackie, when you wake up, Etienne waits for you to get moving around a bit and then comes over, ma'am, I called the police sergeant like you asked, and I managed to get his address and phone number.
Excellent.
Off their files, so.
Excellent.
Yes,
she
ma'am.
actually calls Jenny.
Hello, this is Genevieve.
Hey, Jenny, it's Jackie. Question.
What? Sure, shoot.
I have the address for the gentleman that we're looking for. And this is on the sat phone, so.
Mm-hmm.
Could you possibly take a gander at his place, see if you see any movement?
Sure. Just send me the info and I will have Evan drop me off, not right next to it. I will drop off like a couple blocks away and work my way over. So
Perfect. And if you see that there is movement or not, give me a call within the hour. I have a meeting planned with Tatiana so that I can discuss what she would like to do with this individual.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll head out right now. So since this is time sensitive, so
Excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, Jenny, I'm going to need, of course, your rouse check for your obfuscate or unseen passage for when you're close to the building. Very nice. You did not get hungrier. I'm also going to want from you, trying to think of which ones. You can go wits animal kin if you wish. You can go wits survival or wits streetwise. Pick one. Depending on which one you pick, will give you different info, of course.
Okay, you said animal kin, streetwise, or survival.
Yep.
I'm gonna do wits and survival.
Okay. Five successes with a crit. And with a crit, as you're going and checking this area where this guy lives, you do notice an oddity. The normal noise of animals in the various garbage cans and lurking around on this block where this guy lives, you don't hear any of it. Small animals seem to be missing.
All right. With like, I turn on my eyes of the beast so I can see in the dark. Do I see anything that looks like pushed over trash cans or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
But you also, when you can use it to see very well, you don't see any small four-legged creatures on the ground in the area. There is the winged ones seem to still be fine though.
At least I know he didn't sprout wings. Yeah, I'm just gonna. So is that just for around his house?
Around his house, the house
area?
itself, it's a small 2-story house. No lights are on. All the curtains are drawn. There is a car out front. It's an old Nissan, but no movement. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary house-wise either. It just looks like the normal house in the area. But totally lights out, not a noise, not a peep, nothing going on. Even the front porch light is out.
Can I roll? I want to see if he has what looks like any kind of like small, like in-home surveillance cameras or anything.
Okay, that can be, you can go intelligence or wits. It's up to you. Larceny's more of a breaking in. Stealth is hiding. Survival, I would go for that one then.
Okay.
3 successes, not bad.
I'm gonna re-roll these two just to be on the safe side.
Okay. So you get 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a careful look as you're not visible on the street anyway. You look around a bit and you actually don't seem to see any security cameras at all around his place. And the streets here don't have them either because this neighborhood doesn't seem to like security cameras.
I gotcha. I was just based on the website we were sent, so gears turning. Genevieve's gonna watch the house a little bit longer, but if she doesn't see any windows move or curtains or anything move,
the house is eerily quiet. It's the quiet of the dead.
She's gonna back off for now to behind another house, as it were, so she's across the street from it. But I'm going to call Evan, and I'm going to tell him to I need him to do the old clipboard trick. So
okay. Oh, clipboard trick. I hate that trick. Fine. Yeah, we can do this. Let me guess, that same address?
Yep. Just start 5 houses down or 6 houses down if you can, and
Okay, it's going to take me a little while to hit that many houses. I think this week we're selling magazine subscription. Sounds good to me. Because nobody ever actually buys them, so it's not like I'm going to be delayed too long.
True. I will be watching. If he tries to be aggressive, just put your fist up in the air, give me the call sign, I'll come. So
okay. And you see him slowly work his way down the street. And when he gets to the house that you're watching, knocks on the door. Not a noise, not a sight. Curtains don't even move. He knocks a few times, hits the doorbell a few times. Waits a minute or two, then starts over again, hits the doorbell a few more times, knocks on the door some more. Finally, he walks off from the house, and he actually right there, he crosses the street and starts going back the other way, hitting the houses on the other side of the street till he gets a few houses down.
All right. Genevieve's going to keep watching, but she's just going to send a text to Jackie and say, it just says, house seems to be dead. Should I, do you want me to continue watching or?
Go ahead and come to the club. I have his photo.
Genevieve will just respond with, okay. And she'll head back towards the car then, so.
Now, to remind everybody, it has been more than 24 hours since he was embraced, so you will not get a trail at all from the house he was embraced in at this point. Unless, well, actually, there's no way, because it shows you the last 24 hours from when it was cast. So there's no way to get a trace from that embrace site. Now, if he's been out anywhere in the past 24 hours, you might be able to find it from there, just to remind you. Now, while you're heading back, the rest of the coterie, I understand, are supposed to meet up at the club, but Tatiana gets there before everyone else does.
Mm.
And she's immediately brought up to one of the conference rooms.
One of the suites.
One of the suites. And when you come in, of course, you're brought in the room after she's gotten there, and she comes over and gives you a big hug. So, what happened? Did you find him?
We found your friend. He had wassailed.
Are you sure?
Yes. I believe he did so during the embrace of the individual. He was attempting to get those that he murdered to rise. He was caught in a loop. He was put out of his misery. He was no longer even a man.
And she mutters something under her breath. You don't catch most of what she says. You did catch Biat at the end of it, though.
We have his remains. If you wish to honor your friend, we will gladly hand them to you.
I appreciate that. I've known him a long time, so...
I understand more than you realize. It is very rare for those of us with our condition to find individuals like us that we can truly connect with.
I'm not going to say we connected that much, but...
You were friends.
Yeah, one of the links to...
To home.
Yeah, to the motherland from before.
I understand.
Did you find that... the guy, the one that...
We
Light of
are
truth?
looking. I wanted to ask you how you wish this to be handled. Of course, I will have to report that a wassailed kindred was tracked and destroyed to the sheriff. But he embraced, and he was Tremere, yes?
Yeah.
He did so without permission.
Yeah, I know.
This individual is a problem, Tatiana. He runs the Light of Truth, which is a conspiracy website that talks about supernatural beings.
But he didn't ask for this. He didn't.
I understand. I was able to piece together by the ramblings of your friend that likely what had happened was he went to your friend's house to confront a vampire, stabbed him, and your friend lunged.
I mean,
He was an idiot.
yeah, but we all were at one point, right?
I understand. What would you like done?
I mean, he didn't ask for this. He just kind of got thrust on him. He's a fool, but
He will require intensive conditioning.
yeah, well, conspiracy theorist,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
With the internet at his fingers.
It could be useful. What better way to throw people off your scent than having the craziest damn stories appear online, you know?
Be careful. Make sure he understands.
Yeah, I don't see destroying him if he can be redeemed, if he can be saved. Or if he chooses, he should be given the choice.
Would you take responsibility for him?
I guess I have to.
Very well, it will be a greater boon for every member of my coterie for our silence.
You are a shrewd little bitch, aren't you?
I am.
I mean, that's extortion, but at the same time, it's also helping me with a problem, so. I know I've got to think more like a Ventru.
Darling, I've been doing this since before most kindred in this city were born.
And Am tells me all the time I don't think like I should. It's fine. It's fine.
Not requiring a life boon, but a greater boon, a significant
I'm not
favor.
gonna get a life boon.
No, not a life boon. It's not worth that much, but I hope you are successful with him once we are able to obtain him. I will advise my associates that we are not to harm him, that if he is problematic, we will restrain him, subdue him, and bring him.
And for the greater boon, and she gets a kind of a feral grin on her face. I guess that falls on you to clean up anything on his website, right?
It can be handled.
I can still negotiate, as you can see.
Absolutely. It's a deal, and Jackie puts out her hand.
And she actually spits on her hand and then reaches it out.
And Jackie takes it and shakes it.
Now, remember, you're a kindred. When a kindred spits, it's a little bit more blood than anything else. Okay.
I will be in contact once we have obtained him, so you can let us know where you would like to meet.
I'll let you know. It depends on how long it takes you to find him. I mean,
I've already had someone surveilling his home. There's no sign of him there. So we will track him.
yeah.
He had to go somewhere.
If it's anything like my first few nights, he's terrified and hiding somewhere.
That's what I think too. Especially considering the conditions of his embrace. He was not...
Given a choice. Yeah, I know.
And abandoned.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yes. So, We will be as gentle as we can. And I will be in touch.
And okay. Just, you've got my number. Just text me.
Will do.
I've got some things to get ready. I got to talk to Am, I guess.
Please do. Don't spur this on her.
No, she knows the general. After I talked to you all last night, she knows the general plan. What's going on, but yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very well. And you do have my guarantee that for the trade, the secret is safe.
Did you all cause that fire they were talking about today?
Oh, no.
Okay.
There are things you do not wish to know. Trust me.
Well, just was curious because I know he ran in the medical district.
Did he work in pharmaceuticals?
No, not really. Tremere, kind of a hermit. He always was researching. He was researching he called it his magnum opus.
Really?
Yeah. It was a way to, he was always looking for the cure to us.
To us.
Yeah.
Well.
Doesn't matter how many times he was told that's not possible. He was always looking for the cure. Became an obsession over the years.
Yes, and I'm sure it cost him much. It tends to do that to those who try to find a solution. Well, very well, Tatiana. I will allow you to go and handle your business. I must meet with my associates now and get on the hunt.
Okay, just let me know. And if you need anything, you know where to find me.
Of course.
And she gives you another hug and kisses you on each cheek as she hurries from the room.
Jackie returns it.
And it's not long after that.
I actually head up to the conference room.
That the coterie finally gathers back up together. And now that you're all, I'm just going to assume you're all back together.
I did give her the remains, so okay. On her way out.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume now you're all together and let it turn over to the players to discuss their plan for this as you all gather back in the conference room. That way we don't have to keep repeating it as people file into a room.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all so much for waiting while I met with Tatiana. It was, basically informing her of the situation, getting what she wishes to be done with this freshly embraced individual, and negotiating the price. She now owes every member of this coterie a greater boon.
Oh.
Because she will be taking responsibility for this kindred as her own. And we are to keep silent on his origin.
Understood.
Explains the price.
Yes.
So,
Roscoe, I will need you to use your associations with your tech wizards.
What do you need?
The Light of Truth site needs to be annihilated.
Easy enough to do. Sure.
Thank you. We do need to track him, and she actually takes out of her bag a rap sheet.
With a mugshot.
With a mugshot.
Okay. So I'll
so
look at it.
I was going to say the area is suspiciously devoid of ground traveling animals. There was no security cameras anywhere that I could find, and not just on his house, but other houses. There was a car in the driveway. He could be there. He didn't. Evan and I have a little trick called clipboarding, and he never answered the door. So I like I said, no window curtain, no curtains were moving, but the house was black. There was no lights on inside. There was no lights on outside. The car in the driveway looks like it'd been there. So, yeah, but
it is likely due to the circumstances that he experienced that he is scared and hiding. We are to be as gentle as we can be with him. If he is a problem, we restrain and subdue. And then I arrange with Tatiana to meet for delivery. After delivery is done, I can meet with the sheriff to advise of the situation with the wassailed kindred.
What are our options for restraining him? I'm guessing staking is out of the question.
Would prefer not to traumatize him further. And that is traumatic. Being completely paralyzed and unable to respond. So, if he needs restrained, Jenny is our best option to hem him up, and then, if I can get eye contact, I will subdue him.
Sorry. As soon as you asked for how we were going to strain him, Roscoe, I thought you were just going to bring the fuzzy handcuffs, but never mind.
That's a different kind of strain.
Doesn't mix business and pleasure. Come on.
That's right.
However, that is just one option. If you have other ideas, I am happy to hear them.
No, it's probably the easiest, because if I can get the jump on him, if he doesn't see me coming, it's going to make our lives a lot easier since we don't know what we're dealing with. Because
he's Kittle was a Tremere, right? So
he was a Tremere.
Okay, so he's not likely to be too much of a problem.
He's not, and he's very, very new, so he doesn't have much at his disposal.
Yeah.
I mean, he went into Killer's house to stab a vampire with a knife.
That wasn't exactly smart.
Yes, he's not exactly brilliant, so I would not expect that he will be terribly difficult to restrain and subdue if he becomes a bit froggy, but we have to find him first. And the sooner we do it, the better, because he is a scared new kindred out in the streets.
Well, to that end, let me have a look at his picture and get the ritual started.
Okay, so when you're doing your ritual, of course, as always, it's going to be first roll is your intelligence plus blood sorcery. So let's have you roll that first. And we'll see what you get for your initial roll. Oh, look at that. You got 7 successes. Now the difficulty is the difficulty of the ritual plus the level, 2 plus the level of the ritual. So your difficulty was 4. You've got a 3 margin. So now everyone has seen you, of course, once again, you pull out a ribbon. And Roscoe actually produces a knife from his, I assume under your sleeve is where you keep your punch knife hidden, and cuts himself with it to get blood on this ribbon, and he goes and lights it, and this time the ribbon catches hold immediately. Now you've got to do your other half of the roll, which is let me see which one it is. I forget the exact roll for that one. Something survival.
Yeah.
Always remember the survival part. It is intelligence plus survival, and you do get your specialization. The difficulty for this one is 6 minus your margin. Your margin was 3, so you got a difficulty of 3. 5 with a critical. With the critical, it means it's visible for the entire night, and tomorrow night you'll be able to see it. So you get 2 days of being able to see the path. So the question goes, where are you going to go first to try to find the initial path?
Right, well, looks like we have a trail is if we can find it. Do you think he would have been at his house in the last 24 hours recently?
Very likely. There's no critters.
Yeah, he was definitely in the neighborhood. So,
well, I suggest we just start there and just work outwards from there.
Perfect.
So you all load up in the vehicle. Etienne, of course, is driving. Who's bringing any what ghouls, those kind of things?
I'll bring Amelia.
Okay.
Oh, Evan will come too. Yeah.
Okay. And as everybody gets in the car, Evan is, of course, him and Amelia seem to be eyeballing each other, sizing each other up in the vehicle, because this is actually the first time those two have been together in the vehicle. And everybody do me a wits awareness, please. Let me roll for other people here too, because, well,
Does instincts apply?
Sure.
Thank you.
Does watching apply?
Are you watching for anything in particular?
I don't know. I guess I'm just looking out the window, so.
Go ahead.
Okay, just asking.
I'll give it to you.
I got 5 with a crit.
Rolling some other people here. 5 with a crit. Jenny's got 5. Roscoe got 4. Actually, it's pretty good for Roscoe. 6 dice, 4. 5 with a crit on Jackie, huh? Because you willpowered. Yeah, the crit helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1 success on 6 die.
You
was
appear to be
ridiculous.
being followed. You notice it when you're, well, not too far from the club. Definitely think you picked up the tail at the club.
Etienne, someone's been following us from the club.
He looked, yes, ma'am. You want me to try to lose him?
How close are they to us?
They're about 2 cars back.
Since I had 5 also, can I see the vehicle?
Hers was a crit. That's how she saw it.
Okay.
What's the license plate?
Can't
I
tell
see
it
it?
from there. Nope.
Nope.
If so I have a rules question. If I use Eyes of the Beast, if Jackie points out the vehicle to me and I use Eyes of the Beast, could I use Sense the Beast to see if there's a potentially a kindred in the vehicle or no?
A big distance. I'd make it pretty tough to pick them up. But Eyes of the Beast, I may give you a chance to at least get a description of the person driving.
Okay.
I'll also point out to you, Isabella, you have heightened senses. You can increase your visual acuity,
Mm-hmm.
which may let you
Pick out something.
pick out something as well.
Definitely. So I would add an additional +1 to that.
Yep, you can
What do I
roll if you do heightened senses, I will let you roll intelligence, awareness. You could do that one. Jenny, you can roll, since you're using Sense the Beast. I'm going to make you have a different roll. There's a reason for this, and I can't tell you what it is. You can do Wits Insight for you, Jenny. Isabella got 2. We'll see what Jenny gets. 2. Either one of you gonna willpower? I don't think Isabella really wants to willpower a single die. 3. But with Eyes of the Beast going, which is an advantage. Jenny, you recognize the individual in the car. You saw her at Roscoe's shop not too long ago. Short, red hair.
It appears we're being the individual following us is a female with short red hair. I believe I've seen them somewhere, possibly near a bookstore.
Yes, Etienne, lose her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. And let me make his roll. It's going to be a dexterity. drive with his specialization, as he's got a specialization in evasive. Let's see if he can lose him. Already rolled for hers. Etienne looks back, says, "Hold on, everybody." And he goes up to a light and waits for it to go red and then guns it through the intersection. And it immediately turns down a side street and cuts about 3 more streets, and then, Jackie, you don't see that vehicle behind you anymore. It's like, I'm pretty sure I lost her. I don't think she wanted to run the light as late as she would have been after I made it through there.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep an eye out just in case.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry I didn't notice him, ma'am.
That's all right. You focus on driving.
And so you drive the rest of the way. You come into a small neighborhood, a bunch of 1-story, 2-story houses. Looks like a nice bedroom little community. Most of the houses are dark, even though it's, at this point I'd put it at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But it's wintertime. And as you get close to the house, Etienne, ma'am, you want me to stop back here, or you want me just to drive past
Roscoe,
once?
do you see anything?
Not yet.
No, I don't see it.
Drive past once.
Okay. Roscoe, I want you to roll. Man, we're going to get a lot of rolling in tonight. Intelligence. Survival with your tracking specialty. Another one of those rolls for this one. Let's see how you do. 2?
I will willpower that.
I would say 2 on 7 dice isn't good. I mean, that it tracks, but...
Rolls are spectacularly low tonight.
Yes, they are.
Not for Etienne, but does he ever roll low?
No, he doesn't.
Apparently, if you want Fantasy Grounds to roll well... Whoa!
That's nice. That's 6.
4 with a crit. 6. With a crit. There's the secret. As you go past the house, looks like one of the curtains is not quite fully closed, and you can actually see a blue trail in the house.
In the house. It never exited the house.
Nope.
He looks like he's home. The reason that we haven't seen the trail anywhere is because he never left the house.
Okay, then. I suppose we go find somewhere to be dropped off.
Etienne looks back at everybody. Me and the boys here. We'll go and we'll pull down to the end of the street.
Excellent.
And if you need us, just yell.
Got you.
And when he says that, Emilio looks over at you, Isabella, because he hasn't been told to take direction from Etienne like Evan has. And you see Emilio cut his eyes waiting for you to acknowledge, at least nod or something for him.
I nod and say, don't give him too hard of a time while I'm gone.
Emilio goes, not that one. I may fuck with this himbo, though.
Oh, Emilio, don't worry. I'll buy you a tape measure later, and you and Evan can measure. Sorry.
I mean,
about this,
is it length? And Emilio goes, is it length or girth we're looking for here?
Both.
Look, when they're about this, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Emilio laughs. Man, if I was dad, I probably wouldn't have lived this long.
Be good, boys.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be good.
And
You all get out of the vehicle and start walking back down the street. Now, again, seems to be a bedroom community. There's nobody walking dogs or anything. It's real quiet. Anything you're planning to do when you reach the house? I need to know your plan of entry here.
I was going to say...
ST, you said his name was Lightfoot?
It's Jerry Lightfoot.
Lightfoot?
Mm-hmm. Or Lightwood, sorry. Jerry Lightwood.
Okay, Lightwood.
Speaking of measuring, Lightwood.
Yeah. Jenny, can you discreetly go around back?
I should be able to do that. Once I'm back there, I will do my best. Do you wish for me to try and enter, or?
Yes, I'm going to go to the front door.
Okay.
And see if he answers or if he tries to run. And if
Okay.
you're at the back, you can restrain him if he tries to run.
So, okay, I'm not going to make myself unseen. I think I will just kind of hang out.
Okay.
So,
When you go around back, Jenny, just to let you know, on the back porch, you do see 2 little bowls of cat food and 2 bowls of dog food sitting on the back porch. No sign of animals in his backyard. You just see the food bowls out there.
all right. Genevieve, I'm actually, yeah. If he thinks he's gonna be a runner.
Jackie, you're knocking on the door at the moment. What is Isabella and Roscoe? Are you standing with Jackie at the front?
Yeah, Isabella's with Jackie.
And actually, Jackie's starting to bang on the door and call out to him.
Okay.
I must speak with you.
There's no answer.
I know what happened.
Still no answer.
I'm going to check the doorknob, see if it's locked.
See if he remembered to lock it. Let's find out, shall we? I like to roll for that. Let's see.
And while you do that, where I noticed that the curtain was cracked a bit, and I saw the bit of the trail.
Mhm.
Can I just have a look
Sure.
closer?
You see the trail wanders through the house, like back and forth over itself. Might have been
Okay.
pacing at one point from the direction you can see. Probably why you
Is this-
noticed it is it's so overlapped there that it's quite visible. And go ahead.
Is there any evidence of a trail like leading upstairs or down to a basement?
Not that you can see.
That I can see.
Not
Okay.
from here. You only get this little tiny crack in the window to see through.
Okay.
Even getting close to it, you can't see much.
Is the window locked?
The front door's unlocked.
Oh, the front door's unlocked.
Yeah, I rolled and checked.
Okay. Jackie says, it's unlocked.
Okay.
Is anyone telling Jenny? Jenny's out back. What did you rouse for, Jenny?
She's calling upon her blood to increase her dex in case she needs to tackle this guy. So.
Okay.
Jackie takes out the sat phone and sends a text to Jenny. Front door was unlocked.
When Jenny gets the text, she's gonna try the back door and see if it's unlocked also.
Let's see. I like rolling for these kind of things. How distracted. It's unlocked as well.
All right. Well, then Genevieve is gonna enter through that back door. So
It seems this guy has a lot on his mind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, you go through the back door, and right there by the back door is a bag of cat food and a bag of dog food. About half of it's missing.
Mr. Lightfoot, we are here to help.
And you enter the house, it's completely dark. The inside, though, when you come inside, it's not over the windows, but there's foil all over the walls.
Jackie turns on the light.
When you flip the light switch, light comes on. Now, Roscoe, you see the path cutting back and forth, and it heads towards the kitchen area, you assume. Heads towards the back of the house.
No, the trail I see, it looks like he was pacing back and forth, and it seems to lead out towards the kitchen. At least that's what it seems like. I think have a look. Let's have a look back there.
Everyone,
When you head back, you run into Jenny.
please blush, everyone. Let's not frighten him too much.
Well, rouse checks from
Yeah.
everybody who wants to blush a life. Let's have some fun here with some beasts.
uh,
Oh, yeah. Jackie's and Roscoe's.
Oh, wow.
I don't think he's gonna be too cool with
Jackie,
me no matter what. So
If
turn
you
around
don't
for a
want to, that's
second.
fine.
Just turn
Jackie.
around for a second. You won't see me. So
Your beast speaks in your head, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Ventru, it's Tremere. You can't let Tatiana claim it's one of your blood.
She tells her beast, we must protect the young. Do you forget?
Not worth it.
Fuck off.
God, how many beasts do I feel like doing at the moment? Oh my God. Isabella speaks. You know your sire wouldn't approve of this. Permission is always required, or at least should be required. This thing should be destroyed. Vengeance.
We both know we make our own rules.
That's what gets us into trouble. Do you forget? I think I'll be nice to Roscoe and Jenny right now and not throw more beasts in there. I think that was a good 2 beast comments, but suffice it to say your beasts are bitching in your head about something.
Jackie's beast can, have a Coke and a smile.
Roscoe, as you go towards the kitchen, you see where the track leads down through a door multiple times in and out of that same door.
No, didn't hear the trail. He's like going in and out of this door, and I point to it.
Open the door and let Jenny through. She can go through quietly.
Okay.
Jenny, when the door gets open, it goes down into a basement, stairway down.
All right. Genevieve will activate Silence of Death before she heads down into the
Okay.
basement, and she'll use Turn on her eyes also, just to be on the safe side.
And the basement actually has a light on in it. It's
Wow.
dimly lit. It's only got one light on, but as you go down, it's actually carpeted. Looks like somebody had some sort of workstations down here. There's a computer. There's, big whiteboard. There's also pictures pinned to the wall with all kinds of notes on them. And there's even that conspiracy thread wrapped around push pins in the board somewhere down there too. I mean, this guy has gone full conspiracy. But when you get down there and your feet touch the carpeted floor, there's nothing. Now, does the coterie follow right away?
Roscoe, you follow the trail.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'll do.
When you go down Roscoe, the trail cuts over to a corner of the room that's empty. And the trail goes right through the carpet.
Oh, trap door in the carpet. It goes right through, right there.
Jackie and Isabella come down.
Okay. Yep, he's pointing at a corner of the room.
Dropping Silence of Death, Genevieve's just going to kind of whisper to Roscoe, pop it open and I'll jump on down.
Okay, all right.
When you go to pull the carpet, turns out the carpet's held to the floor with magnets in that corner. So when you pull it, the whole section, that corner just pulls right back, leading to a trap door that would have been awful hard to find if not for the fact that your trail ran right down in it. And there is a metal trap door. Unfortunately, it seems to be barred from the inside.
Seems to be a little tough to open up. Must be barred from the other side. You handle that, Jenny?
I'm not the strongest, Roscoe. I mean, if we all pitch in, maybe. I don't know. You got some muscles on you still?
Not really. Need to lift some more books.
One second. What would I have to roll to try and pry this thing open?
Well, if you look around the house, I'm sure you can find something as a lever.
Jackie will start looking.
Okay. Yep. You find a crowbar. That would probably be strength athletics. And I'd let up to 2 people roll because you get 2 people on the crowbar end. So 2 people can roll. Whoever you think your 2 strongest are strength athletics.
Jackie hands over the crowbar.
Or if you want, I'll let you go strength academics because that would be the knowledge of where exactly to best put the leverage.
I was just going to ask, looking at the door for a second, does it look like there's any way to open it from this side?
There's a handle, but it's not a big handle. And lifting it didn't move. So discuss amongst yourselves who is the strongest. I'm pretty sure Actually, I can look right here.
It's not Jackie.
It's not Jackie and
Not
Isabella.
Isabella.
It's actually Roscoe and Jenny.
And Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can use academics instead of.
Roscoe can use academics.
Mhm.
And
Against my better judgment. Yep.
It's all right. We'll get you a snack later.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm rousing for strength. So
wow, Jenny is at 4 hunger. Roscoe's got 1 success so far. He can only willpower 1 of the dice, but he can willpower it. And Jenny's beast just snarls in your head because you just hit at 4 hunger. Let's just eat him. We haven't had the blood of kindred lately. Holy shit.
7 messy crit. She yanks that fucker right off.
Apparently her beast is so wanting to eat this guy that when her and Roscoe push down on it, you hear Jenny grunt as she really levers on it. And in this door, you hear just this loud popping noise as the door just pops open, breaking the hatch from the inside. And when it happens, you hear a scream downstairs of a kind of like a shriek of fright, terror, that this door just got ripped open.
Genevieve growls and literally just jumps down the fucking hole. So
Jackie jumps down right after her to make sure she doesn't actually kill this guy.
Jenny, when you get down in there, I need you to roll a frenzy check immediately, please.
All right.
And just hit the frenzy button.
Go real well.
Oh, good. You managed to hold your beast 7 with a crit. Nice. Because when you jump down there, there's small animal corpses littering the room, blood everywhere. And this guy is cowering in the corner.
Mr. Lightwood.
Leave. I don't want anything to do with this. Just leave, get
We
out.
have come here to help.
I'll hurt you too, just leave.
Trust me,
Buddy.
you will not hurt me.
Buddy,
We've been there too.
I yanked your
there.
fucking hatch open. You aren't hurting me.
And his head comes up and he looks, and when he looks over, he's got blood tears coming down his face. And his whole face has got blood all over it, around his mouth area.
Jackie walks up to him.
What am I? What
you
was
are
done
the
to me?
thing that you went to approach with a knife.
A drug dealer?
That's what you thought you...
He was in some shady shit with that Megadon pharmaceutical. I wanted the inside scoop on it. And
Jackie actually kneels down. She doesn't actually come into contact
he looks
with
over,
stuff on the floor. She takes his hand.
I went to ask him about that pharmaceutical place, and he rushed me, and I wasn't thinking. So I just kind of stabbed him.
And he lunged at you.
And then I blacked out, I think. I woke up on the floor in a pile of blood. Some of it, I think, was mine.
Most of it was yours.
And I was so hungry. I came straight home and tried to eat and couldn't eat. Poor animals, though.
Come.
The strays, I always like to feed the strays, and they look so good. And then I ate one. What the fuck am I? What happened?
You are a vampire.
Wait. That shit's real?
You write about that shit all the time.
Yeah, but I do it just for the views.
You wanted an inside scoop, and you got one.
You know what? The one who's going to take responsibility for you and make sure that you are cared for, you are perfect for her.
Wait. Do you mean this? That shit's real?
It's very real.
What did the fuck happen? I can't be a vampire. That
And
You are.
Jackie shows her fangs. Yes, you can.
and he actually let me make a willpower check on him here. It triggers something in his head, and he starts shaking uncontrollably. God, don't,
And she takes
don't
and she
bite me,
retracts
don't,
them back.
please.
I will
don't
not
hurt me.
bite you. I am not here to hurt you. We are here to help.
I mean, why am I crying blood? What? Fuck.
Ugh.
Jackie,
I can't be a vampire. Look, I had a mirror in here, and
that is bullshit. That is bullshit. That is propaganda.
There are a number
Dude.
of hurtful stereotypes. that are not
Yes.
true.
I'm
This
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this fucking clown. Genevieve actually is going to climb back out of the fucking hole. So
Excuse our friend. She does not have the most patience.
This all takes time to understand what has happened, what will continue to happen. And we know someone who will be able to help you with that.
She will
You
teach you,
just have to trust us.
and you will be
Yeah.
cared for.
he is. His willpower roll he rolled 0 on it, so someone's going to need to try to calm him down.
Jackie's going to rouse.
Persuasion roll.
Oh.
Charisma persuasion, manipulation persuasion. Who wants to roll?
Composure
I could also
persuasion?
use awe,
No, I don't think
too.
composure will work for this one. It's more of charisma or manipulation. All would make him pay attention to you, but I don't think it would calm him.
No, it would not calm him. Okay, I can do that. Wow, obviously I can't do that. Holy crap.
Ow.
Wow,
That
6
was-
dice, 0 successes. And then 2 on her reroll. He calms down a little bit. He's not shaking as bad.
I'm going to mesmerize him.
Okay, now that is a fun one. Now, he is kindred,
Yes, he is.
which means it's going to be an opposed roll.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to roll manipulation plus dominate, and he's going to roll intelligence plus resolve. And I'm going to wait for her to roll before I say anything. He's not willpowering it. He don't have the mental faculties to willpower at the moment. Now, there is a rouse check you can roll after you do your roll there. Jackie's got 4 with a messy crit.
I got 6 with a messy crit. Thank
6
you.
with a messy crit. Sorry. Now roll your rouse check, please. It's hungrier as well. This is the night of hunger. This could be some feeding later on. 6. What is your mesmerize? What is your command?
Calm yourself and come with us.
And he only had 1 success to resist it. So needless to say, he immediately.
And I would say her eyes probably go a bit hard because of that messy crit.
Messy crit. The way you say it
Commanding.
is there's a tone in your voice that is definitely supernatural in origin. And he calms down and he goes, fine, just, will I get to do that?
Perhaps. It's taken me a lot of years of practice.
Fine, just,
Come, take my hand.
and he grabs your hand. Yeah. Fine, I'll come with you. I guess it's the story of the lifetime. Now I can finally report real stuff, right?
No,
No,
there are
you
rules
cannot.
you must follow and you must be instructed. You see, we are a species just trying to survive.
But you said you're a vampire. You're Dracula. It's not,
I am not Dracula. I look far better than that asshole.
command and the animals do your biddings and
I do not command animals.
come flying through the window.
We
and
all have talents. You will have talents too, but you are new and you must learn them. There's much to learn. You are a man of words and investigation. This will be a new experience for you, something to learn and really dig your teeth into.
And because of the command and how well you rolled, he's actually gotten up and
we are walking back to the...
walking back. Now, Jenny, when he comes out of that basement hatch, he's a lot calmer than he was. Though when he looks at you, he does get a terrified look again. Obvious predator.
Don't be frightened. She won't hurt you.
She
She
looks hungry.
She is. Jenny, go out and holler for the boys.
All right. Genevieve stalks back out into the night and kind of whistles.
And vehicle pulls up shortly after. And he kind of eyeballs the vehicle. Can I get a fancy ride?
Perhaps.
I'm trying to get my mind. In the movies, they always have nice rides. And look at that piece of shit I got.
Perhaps. But let's take it one step at a time, yes?
I guess so. It's a lot to take in.
I know. I've been there before myself.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Can you introduce me to Lestat?
He is a work of fiction, darling. Granted, he was a fabulous work of fiction, but he was a work of fiction.
Okay, werewolves. They real?
Let's talk in the car.
Yeah, let's introduce him to some fucking werewolves.
You really want to avoid those at all costs.
And he gets in the vehicle, and as soon as he gets in the vehicle, he looks over at Evan and Emilio and Etienne. Vampires too? How many are there of you?
They are not, but there are many.
And Etienne actually does a laugh, and Emilio just shaking his head, and Evan gets a grin. Not often I'm called one of you. Must be the charm.
Yes, that's it. Exactly.
And immediately this guy's eyes are darting around the vehicles because the attitude coming off the three men in the car, totally different from the four kindred.
Excuse me for just a moment, and she calls Tatiana.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi. Package received. Where would you like to meet?
Hate doing it, but Amelia said you can come down to her place, to one of her offices, and she actually gives you, let me pull it up here. It's downtown inside the loop. She gives you a building number and a suite number. That's what she calls her office. That's where she does her writing.
Perfect. We will be there shortly.
Okay. And you give Etienne the address and he starts driving.
And I'm actually taking out a handkerchief and trying to clean him up a bit.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure there's wet naps somewhere in the vehicle.
There's things to clean up.
Should be.
Yeah.
It's not the first time somebody's been bloody in the vehicle before.
No.
And
it is black upholstery for a reason.
You get him cleaned up as you're driving over. And the whole trip over is him saying the most
inane things.
Yes. The most he's thinking it's movies. He keeps referencing various movies. He's not quite sure of the reality thing yet. For someone who didn't seem to believe his own conspiracies, he seems well versed in all the lore.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of fiction about things, and you will learn some truths. You will also learn a lot of lies.
I mean, the mirror thing, I guess, because I saw all of you in the mirror.
Yes.
Oh, can I be super strong? Because popping that door hatch, that was cool.
You impressed him, Jenny.
Yay.
Probably also scared him a bit, let's be honest.
He looks at Jenny again. Are you sure she's not going to eat me? Oh, wait a minute, I'm dead. You can't eat me because
we can so
Maybe
we
if
could
you
so
keep asking.
we could so eat you if we wanted to.
Wait.
But we don't want to.
And then he gets real quiet and stops talking.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely silent and only does one word answers. And as you pull up to this building, you're in the downtown area, and it's an unmarked building, but it seems to be a bunch of little office suites. Brick front, rows of offices. It's right next to a lawyer's office. And as you go up inside, of course, you get to the door, and there's no note on it. There's no name, but this is the right place. When you open it up, Amelia and Tatiana are actually sitting there. Amelia's behind the desk and Tatiana's leaning against the wall. And I think right here, we're going to go to break because it's break time, everybody.
Mhm.
So please sit back, enjoy the break music, and we will be back in 10 minutes and find out how this plays out, because this guy is definitely a hair from being eaten by Jenny. So see you in 10 minutes, everybody.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins. The blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin. skin and burrow within and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, that will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? My soul cut through your skin and burrow within and burrow within. Splinters inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back, everybody. And before the break, the Coterie went and got Jerry Lightwood after, well, a Herculean amount of strength evidenced by Jenny, as she apparently didn't need Roscoe's help after all to pop this hatch to his safe room. And instead of finding, well, fully thinking kindred, they found just a terrified person who didn't know what he'd gotten himself into. And we're actually picking up right there. They stepped into the office with Jerry, into Tatiana and Amelia, actually Amelia's office, but with Tatiana there. And as the Coterie steps in, Amelia, she's leaned back in the chair and she gets a grin on her face. And she looks over at Tatiana and goes, "Wow, really? Come on, Tat." Tatiana goes, "I got a soft spot for stupid ones." And the guy immediately, wait, what?
Shh, 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 shh.
And he looks over at Tatiana and he stares at him and goes, "Wait a minute. I remember you. You were there that night." And then he immediately starts backing up. Of course, he runs into Jenny and the rest of the group because he's kind of, I'm pretty sure y'all pushed him ahead of you instead of letting him stay in the back of the group, and he just starts backing into you all. And then when he backs into you all, he turns and backs up to try to find a corner to back into.
Calm yourself.
And Tatiana looks, "I'm not going to hurt you." And he actually looks at her a minute and he goes, "I thought vampires were always young." And Amelia starts laughing, just this loud, just full belly laugh, thinks it's hilarious.
I'm glad someone thinks it's funny, because I was going to say he's rude and he's ignorant as hell. So you sure don't just...
And Tatiana actually looks over at him and goes, "What? You know the best cars have miles on them? Hell, you don't even want to be in a plane if it's not been flown a couple 100 hours, right?" And he gets this more panicked look and he's cutting eyes. He doesn't know how to react. And Amelia stands up. "I'll let you all have a talk. I'll be outside keeping an eye on the hallway. Try not to eat him."
Of course
Yet.
not.
And when she says yet, he gets an even more panicked look as Amelia steps out and closes the door behind her. And Tatiana goes, "Thank you. Where did you find him?"
He had a secret sub-basement in his house.
"Wow." And he immediately pipes up, "Yeah, and she ripped the door off it." And he points over at Jenny.
Bill me for it.
Tatiana just looks, "No, you should thank her for getting you out of there. Probably wouldn't have gone well if you stayed there."
Indeed.
Okay, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Tatiana looks over at him, looks over at you all. "I don't know what I bit off, did I?"
No, you really don't. Having a child is a great responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I owe you all for it, and I know that's one of the things he's going to have to learn about, I guess, is boons.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need anything, just call me. I mean,
Of course.
this is yeah. That should
Mr.
be interesting.
Mr. Lightwood,
And his head shoots over. Yeah. I haven't even gotten you all's name.
my name is Jacqueline Durand. And not all vampires are young. I am actually the oldest in this room.
Kind of looks. Don't look it, but
Indeed. But you need to listen to every word this lady tells you. And you need to do as she instructs if you wish to survive, because your behavior reflects on her. And if you fail, she suffers.
He looks over at her. I mean, I had a grandma. I know how to answer. And she laughs again and she goes, oh, this is going to be a joy to deal with, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Have fun with him.
Yeah. I can't thank you all enough. Jerry, right? And she walks over and immediately grabs him by his ear. If you want a grandma, I'm going to show you a grandma. She drags him over and says, now sit down. And she points at a chair and says, and don't speak until you're spoken to. And he gets this panicked look on his face. She goes, seriously, I do thank you all. And Amelia says she owes you too. Just
nice to know.
How'd she put it? If it makes me happy, she's behind it.
Excellent.
But
it was a pleasure doing business, Tatiana.
I'm just glad you I mean, I'm sad for my friend, but at least I'll be able to figure out why he was there.
Yes. He does have that story. He told it to me.
Okay. I'll get it out of him, I think. It's going to be a busy few nights. Hopefully you won't need anything the next few nights. I think I'm going to be busy.
We'll leave you to your business. However, if you find that it is too difficult, do call me. I may be able to assist.
And she grins for a price.
Perhaps, or just maybe some advice.
I mean, it can't be that hard. Amelia took care of me, didn't she?
Very well. Have a good evening.
And as you step out of the room, Amelia's in the hallway, and as you close the door behind you, she comes over and says, seriously, thanks for helping her out. She didn't even tell me what she wanted at first. She just, and that killed me because I'm the nosy bitch, and she wouldn't tell me. And who is this? And she points at Isabella.
Isabella Caputo.
She pulls out of her pocket a business card, hands it to you, and it says Amelia Locke, Chicago Tribune freelance reporter, and it actually has Chicago Style website listed under it, www.chicagostyle.com. I don't know if it's a real website, just that's what her site is.
She is a friend of mine. We go way back.
Oh, that's good to see. Somebody new. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
So don't believe the stories they tell you about me.
Oh,
I'm twice as nosy as they say.
She's a self-proclaimed nosy bitch, and I adore her for it.
Well, I'm a reporter. I've got to be a nosy bitch.
I feel like you'll have the best stories then.
Oh, I've got all the good stories. Mostly I report on the style section. So if you have something that style, fashion, restaurants, those kind of things, let me know, and I'll check it out, and I might even do a good piece on it if it meets my standards. And then she looks over at Jenny. By the way, love Phoenix. Great place.
Well, thank you. I really appreciated the piece you wrote for me. So I believe we have it framed somewhere, like by the entrance.
I'm glad.
Few of the post-opening fluff pieces are always nice to have up. So
I mean, you earned it. It wasn't just a favor thing, because man, you should have seen how I bashed Luke's last art display. He was just so mad at me when we had that event at Elysia. He was so pissed off.
Is that what that was about?
Oh, God, yes. He was so mad that I, said it. I mean, I compared it to kindergarten class art. He wasn't happy with it. He's a little bit pissed off at it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was true. I don't know who this individual is, but he needs to get Alexa to do more paintings and not this one. Just
who is the artist?
He didn't say. He wouldn't tell me after I asked.
What was the subject?
It seemed to be mostly, dancing, that kind of thing. I mean, I can't even explain it. Women on stage, women dancing. Oh my God, I'd call it burlesque, but that's an insult to burlesque. So
I see. Yes. I know who the artist is.
Well, if you get any influence with her, tell her to put down the paintbrush and go back to her day job.
I will do such.
But, yeah, he's going to be probably pissed at me. I probably won't get an invite for the next 3 art gallery expos, but that's fine. That's all right.
You're not out much.
I'll get one of my junior reporters that are hungry for these kind of things to go sneak in. It works. They've tried for years to keep me out of these events, and I always sneak somebody in. Hell, if nothing else, I'll just get Kathy, and she'll go in and tell me later. I mean, it works out great that way.
Well, we're going to head out, Amelia.
Well,
we have some cleanup to do.
Nice meeting you, Isabella. I'm sure we will run into each other again. Just we'll catch drinks one night. Sorry,
I'm sure we will. I look forward to it.
Well, good. I'm always, wanting to get the inside scoop on new people. And she actually rubs her hands together as she says it. But let me go in there. If I'm not mistaken, I just heard one of the chairs get moved. I wonder if she's teaching him a little bit of tough love in there. She seems all sweet, but trust me, there's a spine of iron in there, and she might bounce him off a bookcase, and then, it's going to mess up my books.
He's probably going to need it, to be honest with you.
You're probably right.
If he gives you guys too much trouble, just tell him that the creature who ripped his hatch apart will be under his bed if he doesn't behave.
Creature? No, I'll tell him that lovely woman's going to come back and get to know him real intimately from the inside. And she grins.
Yeah, well, I almost did, but...
You do look a little hungry.
It's been a fucking night.
Now, isn't that the truth? That I think that describes Chicago. It's been a fucking night.
Someone else who gets it, hallelujah.
Look, if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here. It's that simple.
See, Amelia, hard hands. That's what the kids say. I fucking love it. You understand. You get it. I'm so happy someone else gets it. Thank you.
This place has a way of getting to you. You don't want to be here, but you get interests here and you get obligations, and then you just can't fucking leave anymore. But, I guess what else to do in these nights, right?
Get paid and get laid? Come on.
Well, that's what Tatiana's for.
You sneaky dog.
Hey, if she can handle the flight stick of a bomber, man, you ought to see the way she... Never mind.
Careful.
I'm the nosy bitch, not you.
Have a good night, Amelia.
And she smiles and opens the door. And when the door opens, you see Tatiana has actually got this guy off the floor, held up by his collar, pinned to the bookcase as she's very calmly saying something to him. Very calmly, with his feet unable to touch the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the coterie departs. Now, I think there's enough hungry people that you all are going to go your separate ways tonight. Though, Jackie needs to first make arrange a meeting with Damien.
Yep.
And he actually tells you to come back early in the evening tomorrow night. Come by the studio.
Excellent.
Because he's got to be in there he's got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll be there so you can come on by.
And Jackie tasks Etienne to make sure that the home of Mr. Lightwood is cleaned.
Okay.
Because she's already asked Roscoe to pull his contacts to get the tech completely wiped.
And for Roscoe, he just got to put something online. He's got a message board that he leaves a very odd message with thelightofTruth.com on it. That's all it really takes for that site to disappear. Just disappears off search engines, just disappears in general. And that's using, of course, your lore sheet. Now, you all feed up because some of you are pretty hungry. We did roll them off screen, so we're not taking a bunch of time this episode rolling it. You all get to lower your hunger. And does Jackie inform the whole coterie about their meeting with Damien the next night?
Yes, she does.
And what is the plan? Is everyone going to take separate vehicles? Now, you, Isabella, you had to be given the address for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a recording studio. It's on the north side of the city.
I think it would be most convenient that we all drive separately. Based on haven locations and such like that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a
It'd be a
tough
pain to
meeting
circle
point.
around and, basically everybody coming here and then going back to the north side.
Yep. So you all gonna
And
meet up there. And we're gonna just jump right to that so we don't have to take a whole bunch of time as you're back and forth and back and forth. I'm double checking now. It's actually called Starchild Studios. It's in the Lakeview neighborhood. And of course, when you pull up there, right in the front, Starchild Studios. Big letters. And the windows are all tinted so nobody can see what's going on inside. But there's a man standing out front, and I'm going to share the image so you can all see who it is. Now, for a number of this coterie, Jackie and Roscoe in particular, you recognize him. Saw him up on the stage.
mhm,
You know him as Raymond Falcon.
mhm.
And he's actually leaning against the door up front as you start walking up to the place.
Good evening.
Hey, you're the 6:30?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's in there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Everything all right?
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Gonna roll an insight on him.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see what you get. I'm going to roll for him. It's composure subterfuge for him.
And it's not for lie detection. I want to see, I guess, his desire, what his immediate desire is, why he's distracted kind of thing, what he's focused on.
By the way he's acting, you don't think he wants to even speak with you.
Hang on. Okay.
That's your general guess. Well, you're going to
With
willpower
3.
again, huh?
Mhm.
What is Jenny rolling? Yours
I'm
as
doing
well?
the same roll.
Definitely
I-
doesn't seem to be wanting to speak to you all. It's probably the way he's cutting his eyes and not actually looking at you all directly.
All right. Well, we won't bother you.
Yeah,
And she
he's in there.
opens the door and
When you go
allows
inside,
everyone to go in.
Damien's sitting at the soundboard. And beside him is actually Alexa at the moment. But he's also, there's somebody in the booth. And he looks over at you all. He leans forward. Yo, G. Take a break. Step out and get a smoke. And the guy in the booth stops and says, okay, no problem, D. And you see him go and step out of the building now. Alexa looks you all over. Looks over at Damien. Need me in here? Damien's like, you go out and go bug Evan. And she gets a look on her face of not very happy with this discussion. But Alexa also leaves. And then Damien swivels around on his chair and leans back. So, you all wanted to speak with me. You're Isabella, right?
I am. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah. You can call me Damien. I mean, if we're in a formal setting, sheriff works, but most of the time people just call me Damien. If you're into trying to do some gangster rap, you can call me D. A lot of jokes have been made by that. Kathy the other night was making all kinds of jokes about she wanted to go see the D, go visit the D. Yeah, it was amusing, but it wasn't amusing.
I mean, if she's still calling it, you must let her. So
I mean, it's Kathy.
fair.
Once you get to know Kathy, you'll realize just let her do what she's going to do. Because she's going to do it anyway. But I know we didn't come here to talk about that. Though, yeah, let me find out what y'all are doing here first.
Okay. Well, Damien, forgive me. I'm so used to being formal. There was an issue in the medical district.
A fire.
Yes, that was the cover-up. The issue was there was a kindred, a Kirill Petrov?
And he pulls a notebook out of his back pocket. You see him flipping through pages. Shamir, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had wassailed. There was a trail of bodies.
Wait, come again?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what the
The
there's always
mysterious
violence.
drug deaths?
Well, there's
Yes.
always violence. It's just that's what the bath salts game was again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that bath salts one's played out. I figured somebody was covering something.
They were. He had wassailed and was leaving a trail of bodies, and he ended up in that facility. We tracked him there and destroyed him.
Did y'all set the fire?
No.
So you destroyed him, and then a fire just broke out?
We did not do that.
Okay. Now, I know Jackie is not lying, but I'm going to roll for him just because he's going to attempt to. I just want to see how sure he is she's not lying. Because we know you're
So
telling
far,
the truth.
she has never lied to him.
I know, but
Yeah.
he gets to roll for it, same as you do. An impressive amount of dice. He nods. Okay. I can see it.
I believe the organization was doing some illegal activities there, and they decided to cover it up.
What else is new with the medical district?
Exactly.
Everywhere you turn, there's a meth lab, somebody cooking heroin. I mean, Jesus Christ, last week, there's a couple people down there doing black tar. Literally, I mean, not just heroin, but black tar heroin. A new one I heard coming out of there, somebody's doing lines of ashes or some fucking weird shit. I don't know what it is, just some weird, it got me. Some new drug hitting the street. Yeah, so.
Jackie actually looks to the others in the coterie. That is interesting.
So I'm not shocked that there was some illegal shit going on. There's always illegal shit. It's medical. Goddamn, ever since the fucking Giovanni upped and packed up and left, that place has been a fucking hellhole. We hope the Markavians could fucking straighten it up and clean it. But let's just say Sun wasn't very good at cleaning anything. Bronwyn, who knows? Might have to get her to leave her fucking club if she wants to clean it, for all I know.
Good luck with that.
I know. Trust me, I expressed my displeasure at that choice. And I got told, well, it's a good thing I'm not the boss then, huh?
What other choice did he have?
Yeah. No one.
Exactly.
Look, don't need to have a seat. And he looks over at Jenny. I mean, don't need to have a seat for everybody, right? And then he looks at
Hey.
Roscoe. I mean, don't even let them in fucking Elysia, most of them. Don't need a seat for that either, do we? So you took care of it?
Took care of it. And it's clean.
Did me a favor on that one. How'd you find out about it?
A friend of his came to us because they were unable to get in touch with them. Wanted us to look into it.
I'd ask you for your source, but I know better.
Yeah, you know I'm not going to give you that.
Same way I don't give up my sources. I got you.
Exactly.
But it does show some initiative on that one, so. Me and my boys owe you one because we would have been the ones that have to go clean that shit up. So, a favor for a favor. At some point, if y'all need me to take care of something, let me know.
Thank you, Damien. Truly, it was our duty to ensure that that wasn't let to stand.
And I'll make sure the prince knows. Might as well give y'all a little goodwill there.
Appreciate it. Can use all we can get.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Especially, I mean, look, I got no beef with you, Isabella, but rumor has it you're not well liked out in Milwaukee.
I like Chicago better anyway.
Well, yeah, you say that, but you be careful. That Decker's a fucking crazy little shit.
Yeah, so I've heard and so I've experienced.
I'm pretty sure he's not dumb enough to come up in here and do anything because he knows I'd have his fucking balls for breakfast. But I hear things. When I heard you were coming, I did some looking. What'd you do to piss him off?
You know, it's hard to say what exactly it was. He hasn't told me. So if you have any suggestions or any insight.
I mean, it's Decker. You could have literally walked on the wrong side of the street. I mean,
exactly.
You might even have I don't know, he's got those fucking crazies. He calls him the Anubis. Like he's fucking Egyptian or some weird shit. Maybe you didn't serve them, or you served them, or you didn't kowtow. Who the fuck? Deckard is, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Decker knows better than to come up in my area starting shit. Me and my boys are rolling on him triple deep.
I hope I can count on that.
Oh, you can. Last time he got squirrely. Well, let's just say Alexa paid him a private visit. And he may have his bodyguards with him everywhere. But there's places they're not. And she can go there. You haven't met. She was the blonde that was in here a little while. Just stepped out. Trust me. Let's just say you normally don't want a return visit if she comes to see you. So I got you covered on that. Just I advise staying away from Milwaukee.
I don't plan on going back for a bit.
Well, good.
So thanks for the warning.
Well, good. It just, got to look out for, I don't know what your friends here did to piss Jackson off not too long ago, but I'll be honest, they've always been on the up and up with me. So, whatever the prince's feelings is the prince's feelings. I've got my own job to do, and my job says the ones that are up and up with me, be up and up with them. You stand up with those who stand up. Kind of a street thing, I guess.
It's not a bad attitude to have.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, even as much as I hate to say it, he's not here, so even your boy Lamar seems to be pretty stand up. Of course, if you tell him that, I'm going to deny it. Didn't happen. I didn't say that.
His ego would get bigger. We don't need that.
But while I got you here, y'all seen Sam lately? He was doing something for me, and now he's not here.
Interesting. He didn't mention it.
I just had him he's doing me a favor. So, okay, yep. I guess I'll write that one off. I'll make a note. And he actually pulls his notebook out again, and you see him take a pencil and starts writing in it, or a pen writing in it. And you catch a glimpse of it. Doesn't appear to be any language you know how to read.
Jackie knows Greek. Is it Greek?
Nope.
Okay.
Your guess is it's a code of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Okay. You heard anything new on Southside?
It's a shit show.
Well, maybe now that this lupine shit back down, I can focus on down there. That's
be careful. Hope. I know you're tough, but be careful.
I ain't worried about that. You know me. I can handle it. Hell, if they ain't managed to get me yet. Hell, I may even have to, shit keeps up, I may have to go do what I don't like to do. I may have to go talk to Tyrus about this shit. I hate talking to him.
He is unpleasant.
Yeah, he is. He is. We get in the room together, and then, he starts puffing up. I've got to puff up. And next thing you know, we're all like bumping chests against each other in the center of the room. And, it's not very productive half the time.
Similar experience, truly.
Yeah, yeah. Then he starts lighting his cigarette thinking, ooh, that's going to terrify me. Bitch, I was on the streets. A cigarette don't terrify me.
I have always been tempted to take it out of his fucking hands and smoke it myself.
I mean, if you do it, let me watch. You know, I think I don't know what he'd do. I don't think anyone's had the balls to do it to him.
I've always said it's the little voice in the back of my head.
Well, it's probably, like I said, I want to watch, but I don't think it's going to end well.
No, of course not.
And, you know, as we talk about, know my place from the prince there, he outranks me by a bit, and I can't really, I couldn't stop him from whooping your ass.
I know. Hey, but at least I have a sense of humor, yes?
Oh, yes. Hey, sense of humor is great, especially these times, you know. Hey, I saw you talking with Nero over at Elysia.
Is he okay?
No.
What the hell's up with him?
Catatonic.
How long?
Couple weeks. Trying to think of when it started. I can't even place when it started. I only know when Kathy came to me 2 weeks ago, something like that. Now, out of character there, that would put it, based on our timeline, about a week after y'all pulled the body out of the basement area there.
And nothing yet. Still catatonic.
As far as I know, I mean, talked to Kathy last night. She didn't say anything. I mean, he gets weird like that. I mean, he went to sleep for, God knows, over a decade. Just went to sleep. Just crawled in his damn hole in the ground and went to sleep. Damnedest fucking thing. But we'll see how it goes. I got to get him back in here.
I understand.
He thinks he's going to be the next fucking 50 Cent, and he's not. But, hey, I let him believe that for a little bit. Let him make some music, make a little money.
Have a good night, Damien.
You all too. And nice meeting you, Isabel.
Nice meeting you as well.
And on your way out, tell Alexa and tell them all just get back in here.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Was I close enough to see Damien writing the note in his notepad?
You could see it. He wasn't hiding it. No, it's not resembling the code that Lamar's mother used.
Okay.
He's definitely, you don't know what language it's written in, but there's also not just Arabic. It's not the normal Arabic number or European letters. There's a mix of symbols and letters in there. He definitely has got an advanced code he's learned somehow, which seems odd given his background, what you know of him. And as you step out, Alexa's, of course, leaning against a light pole, like staring daggers at the door. Care to tell me what that was about?
If Damien deems that you need to know, he'll tell you.
I'll play it that way. That's fine. And she starts heading back towards the door, and she actually taps Evan. Come on, Evan, get in here. I'm sure Damien's got something to say. And them, along with their rapper, the next 50 Cent, head back in. Now, you all are gathered right now outside the building and took different cars. What's the plan?
I'm going back to my cabaret.
Isabella hasn't seen that yet either, has she?
I have not, I don't believe. Would you mind if I accompanied you? Just to get the lay of the land?
You can follow. Yes.
Okay. So Isabella's going to go see the cabaret because, yes, she's heard about it, I'm sure. Beautiful things.
Amazing things.
Yeah, but hasn't seen it. What is Roscoe and Jenny doing? I know Roscoe's he's got something he plans to do at his shop.
Unless Jenny has, wants to do something, that's where he'll head.
I don't know. I was gonna say, Genevieve's. I promised Evan another 2-rounder, and I'm gonna pay for it this time. So this seems like a good time, so we can talk about some other business.
Oh, certainly. My office is nice and private. We can talk in my office.
I mean, if you're free, if not,
No, it's perfectly fine. I just, I have to make appearances, otherwise, people forget I run the place. You know how it goes.
Oh, I understand. I have to walk. I have to walk in the door, Phoenix, and walk in and be like, "Hi," and turn around and bye. And yeah, so.
Occasionally, I perform because I enjoy it, but I just have to show up.
Fair.
All right. Well, Roscoe, we ladies are going to have ourselves a nice little evening at the cabaret. You take care of your business at your shot. Call us if you need anything.
I will. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.
So Roscoe heads back to his shop. We're going to go with the ladies for now. It's a convoy to go back to the well, for Isabella, that Jenny knows where she's going. When you get in and you mention to cabaret, Evan immediately perks up. Cabaret?
Yes, Evan. I'm gonna pay for the special 2-person treatment thing for you, so don't worry. I'm not gonna put a timer on you this time either. So.
Are you going to embarrass me with a hand check when you come back again? Because that was, I'm just checking.
I am not saying no.
Of course you're not. Of course you're not. You got to get me back for that speaking out of turn thing the other night when I mentioned Pentex. I get it.
It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine. I was going to warn them off in my own way, and I know it's okay.
Sorry. Had
You're
to do what
fine,
I got to
Evan.
do. But
I
okay,
know, you're fine.
I like that place. It's a nice place. And you ride over there. Now, of course, Jackie, you're the first one in. And I assume you show Isabella where she can park, because there's private parking for the, private garage. So you don't have to park on the street, because otherwise you're street parking.
Mm-hmm.
And Amelia's like, is this that place she told us about?
It is. Have fun, but not too much fun.
Oh, I'll be good. It's good to get a lay of the land there. Plus, I'll keep an eye to see if there's anything going on she may not notice in there. I always seem to find the criminal element everywhere we go.
Isabella kind of pats him on the shoulder. Whatever you need to tell yourself, Emilio.
Okay, so I am
Whatever
the criminal
you need to tell
element.
yourself.
Got it. I am the criminal. Look, it's been, I'd like to say it's been years, but how we met, right?
Old habits die hard. I get it.
Yeah, I know. What is it? Somebody I once knew told me, if you want to be a crime lord, you got to do some criming. So
yeah, just don't upset our friends, please.
I'm not going to steal from Jackie. That
Good.
I've learned that lesson already. That doesn't go over well. She don't play that game, but that Evan guy looks dumb as a box of rocks. I might take his wallet. I'll give it back.
Okay. As long as he gets back somehow, that's what really matters here.
But if he's got any condoms in it, he's going to get them back with holes in each one.
Well, that's his own fault.
Yep, that's right.
Keep a closer eye on it.
You understand. You know the game. I still haven't gotten Peter back yet for that night, but I'm going to get her Peter back too. I just haven't decided how. Might have to slip
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Oh, maybe some Epicac. That's always fun. We'll see. I'll find a way to get even with him. I
feel like the less I know, the better.
That might be a good idea. That might be smart. We'll see. And he actually smiles a bit and he goes, I'm going to go in the front. I'll park it in the garage, but I'm going to walk in the front. I want to get the full experience, I don't want people.
Well, since Isabella hasn't been there, Jackie's taken her in through the front.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to come in with her. He wants to be disassociated.
Yeah.
He's got to do his criminal thing, and he can't do it if he's known to be attached to Jackie.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. And of course, once you get in there, he immediately goes and finds him a place, and I'll let you give Isabella the tour in a second here. But he deliberately doesn't set at first near Evan.
Mm-hmm.
And Evan just looks over. I guess he's stuck up. That's fine. I'm going to go sit over here. And he points, it's on her, and he points at Jenny as he says it.
Jack, if he causes any problems, you are more than welcome to punish him for me.
Oh,
However
don't
you see
worry.
fit.
He will be kicked out and blacklisted. That's how I handle problems here.
Yeah. Entirely fine. If he deserves it, if he gets caught, he deserves it.
Absolutely. Because I have a very high standard of clientele in this place.
And as you come in, just so you know, Reese is on stage tonight.
Mm.
And her hair is different tonight. Her hair is now blonde or brown, long, not too curly, a little bit more wavy than curly, but it's definitely not the hairstyle she's been doing before. Could be a wig. That's your best guess because it wasn't even close to that before. Her hair was much shorter.
Jackie makes note of it.
Okay.
She tells the manager as she's walking back to her office, have Reese come to my office. If I'm still inside with my friends, have her wait.
Yes, Mr. On.
Who approved the costume?
I mean, you don't make us approve most of the costumes, so she just picked out what she was going to do before she performed. I mean, it's one of the wigs from the back, I'm pretty sure. I recognize it. Bernadette used it last week, I think.
I understand. I just want to ask her why she chose it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And she goes to her office.
And as you get to the office, of course, do you want to explain to Isabella what's going on?
Yes. So, Jenny, what did you wish to discuss?
I'm talking, did you want to explain the club to Isabella?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Describe the club to
But
her.
you said that what was going on. I thought it was...
Because the viewers might want to hear about it again because it's awesome.
Yeah. Basically, there is a burlesque performance being done on stage, and as we walk through, you actually see tables where people are sitting, and there are people also sitting with them that appear to be probably staff based on their outfits. They are wearing kind of scantily clad, but still, not totally revealing. And they have journals in their hand that they're reading to the patrons from. And you see stacks of poker chips on the tables and menus. So as we go back, and her office is actually down a hallway all the way at the back.
And as you
actually pass by a dressing room on the way to her.
When you get to the
office.
hallway, Etienne peels off and actually stands at the end of the hallway where he can prevent anyone from coming down that hallway without getting through him. And you actually see Peter. He's at the far end of the hallway. He's behind a door that is a half door with the bottom half closed. He seems to be leaning in that room as well, watching the hallway. There's a very practiced feel to Peter's and Etienne's locations.
Come inside, ladies. And we enter the office, and the office is very elegantly decorated. It's not overly pretentious or anything, but it's warm and inviting and elegantly furnished. And there are 2 comfortable chairs sitting in front of the desk, and then Jackie's desk chair behind it. So, Jenny, what did you wish to discuss?
Well, when I came to Chicago, there was the issue of our SI friend residing at the airport.
Yes.
Yes, I know we've been busy, and I know it's kind of one of those things that it's kind of slid into the shadows some, but I feel like now there's been, because I've heard reports of the cell being wiped out and this and that, and the fact that we're not actively going near the airport and stuff. I think now might actually be the time to start moving ahead on that whole endeavor. I
agree. Thank you for showing that initiative, because I have been very, very busy and distracted. We definitely need to address this. Isabella, let me catch you up on what is going on with this situation. I told you about the cell being destroyed and the SI issue, that we had a raid at the Sylvesters and all that. Well, we have found out that the individual, the thin blood who runs Noah's Charters, Noah Grewal, also known as Flyboy, is actually an operative for the SI. He reports to a woman named Felicity, who is a government employee overseeing O'Hare Airport. He presumably was found by someone in this city poaching, or not, I don't know. He might have just been picked up like a stray dog on the side of the road. I do not know. But he was put forward, backed by your Primogen, to the prince, to instill him with his charter flights to get supernatural beings in and out, basically kindred, in and out of the city. However, didn't you say to me that there's suspect that he might be trafficking also lupine? Jenny?
Yes, I believe that was one of the potential allegations. I have to go back over all my notes and things, but yes, it was rumored from one of the people we spoke with that he was actually bringing lupine in for the war that didn't happen, but they're still here probably if that was true. So
even if he's not bringing in more lupine for the war on lupine or whatever,
He's
still means that
compromised.
he's
Yes.
willing to cause trouble in the future for other things as well.
he's also just as likely to bring in Sabbat elements or Anarch elements, people who have kindred who do not have Chicago's best interest at heart.
Exactly.
Or if not that, he's reporting all the kindred that come in and out of Chicago, where they're coming from, where they're going to,
Mm-hmm.
and handing that off to the Second Inquisition.
Yes. Thankfully, it has been minimized, it seems, so far. So someone somewhere along the chain is inept, which is a boon to us, but we still have to strike while the iron is hot at some point. She is compromised. She has a ton of debt. So there are
She
things
has a
we can
gambling
leverage against
addiction.
her. Yes, there are things we can leverage against her to kind of try and possibly. I don't want to burn ourselves in the process or screw ourselves over, but we might be able to use her to our benefit instead of this being this constant potential aggravant.
There's
So,
another thing I can't recall if I told you, Jenny, or not, but I found out from my information network that Felicity was a child of the foster system. She unfortunately suffered a tragic event in her childhood. Her family home burned nearly 20 years ago, killed her entire family. She was the only survivor. It happened near Southside.
huh.
Right around the time Loden fell. So it leads me to think it might be related.
Think her family got caught up in the war accidentally.
Or perhaps someone in the family was associated with a kindred
Yeah.
and a target. So I can use my police connections to get that old case file and see if what my suspicions are correct, to see if it's been scrubbed or redacted all to hell, to show kindred cleanup. Because I would recognize something like that.
Well, what I'm suggesting we can do once you have that information is we actually, bribing people is not unknown to me.
Mm-hmm.
Typically it's politicians or charities, things like that. Those are so easy to bribe because you throw a little money at their kids or you put a little money into a foundation for them and they're happy as a clam.
Yes, I know. I basically made a career in life of ensuring that people trying to bribe and manipulate my patrons weren't able to do so.
Well, I was going to say what we should do is take some of the information we have, pare some of it down, create a dossier for our dear Felicity, and basically arrange a meeting. She doesn't see us. She gets the information, lay it out for her, what we know about her, so that we know that we're not just like some random idiots who don't know shit. and basically start applying the screws.
I get you. I think also allowing me to find out more information on the tragic event in her childhood, because that may be her motivator for working for the Second Inquisition. If it was kindred related, she would want her vengeance and justice. So, if I can find out who was setting fires in that area during that time, we may have a carrot and a stick. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, I get you, because the money is obviously a motivator for her gambling problem, because she's
Right.
She's barely keeping her nose out above the water line to keep enough air going. So.
It's not even the money. It's the fact that the Second Inquisition is basically protecting her from defaulting on her loans.
Yeah.
So they don't pay her enough to actually pay her debts.
Do we know who her loans are with?
Yes. We have a general rundown of all of her banking history and her mortgages and stuff. So
I wasn't sure if it was to any particular kindred or anything, or if it was just general gambling.
She's like mortgaged her house and she's done the whole shebang. Like she's just, local banks, the whole thing.
She's drowning in debt.
Yes. She constantly her gambling problem has led her to insane levels of debt, and we can use that to our advantage. I'm not saying we pay her debt off, because that's an obvious red flag.
Right.
But if we can start paying her a little bit extra money, so she starts paying her debts down some, or even, I was going to say, see, if we had gambling in Chicago, it was easier accessible and more legitimate. I was always going to say I could let her fucking take some free 10 free spins at the wheel a week or some shit.
There's a casino resort right in Milwaukee.
Yes. Yeah. True. We can pay for that.
Yeah.
So those sort of things. Let her do these vices without necessarily showing that she's getting to do extra. That's what I was. Yeah.
I got you. Marinate on that a bit. Isabella, if you have ideas as well, think on it. I will do my research and see what I can find. I will call in some people I know to see if they know information that can help.
Sounds good to me.
We have generally kept this secret for ourselves for now. There is only one outside of the Coterie that knows, and that is someone that I used to get the confirmation that Flyboy was working for the SI. And that is the new Nosferatu Primogen. Cedric Calhoun is a master of rats, and he could get his rats into the warded charter building to eavesdrop. So, he is aware of it. He has not utilized that information yet against your Primogen, Isabella. So. And honestly, I am not inclined to try to shame your Primogen for backing an SI operative. She still wields quite a bit of power in this city.
Oh, definitely. I'm just more curious. I was more curious to the extent that the knowledge ran and who all would potentially be impacted by any plans that we make.
Well, I was sent to this city for a reason. I am the eyes and ears of a Justicar. I have been authorized to eliminate Flyboy. And if any fallback comes on it, someone above even a prince will take care of it. You're muted.
Sounds like the perfect answer then.
Please do not reveal that to anyone, not even the rest of the Coterie knows.
Of course, Jackie. You know how long we've known each other and all the secrets we've shared over
my
those
anonymity is what spares my own life.
Of course. I'll never tell anyone.
Oh, yeah. So I kind of I was sent here by somebody as well. They're not as powerful as a Justicar, but I would recommend. Sorry, Bella. Just woman to woman. For your ghoul's safety, I would recommend he probably doesn't fuck with Evan a whole lot. Cause yeah,
He's harmless. He wouldn't do anything to.
He does
It's
petty
mostly
stuff.
just making jokes. He's
I'm
mostly
just-
a jokes guy. But I'll be sure to tell him.
I'm just trying to give you a fair warning. So it's not. I'm not saying that Evan doesn't deserve some flack, but or a ribbing or punch in the face. But if he wants to do something, he needs to make sure he does it smart, safe, because
I will tell you that I have been instructed to not destroy Felicity. She is known. Her communications are scanned and scrubbed.
That explains that then. I was going to say, for a large operation out of Paratus, they seem to be extremely incompetent with the information that they were getting.
There are hands involved that are unseen, that are trying to keep this city stabilized.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I'm not complaining. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Because I don't know how long Flyboy's been doing his thing, but if that whole operation was left unchecked, Chicago would not be the jewel. It would be the crumbled ashes while we hide in the shadows again. So,
I agree with trying to put leverage or bribing Felicity. But Flyboy must go.
say no more. When the time comes, I will gladly tear his head off.
Perfect.
I don't have the physical strength of dear Genevieve here, but I'll help how I can.
Don't worry, neither do I. I am far more limber than strong.
I'm not just here for my good looks. Or am I?
So, I think we have a general idea. You're going to both think on if you have ideas for the bribing and leverage and things like that we can apply. I'm going to look into her history to see if I can get more information on who might have started that fire. Because if it was our dear Nathaniel, we've already taken care of that problem. If it was someone else, then we can take care of that problem.
Oh, yeah. Oof. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to start using the airport even if we get rid of Flyboy and have Felicity sort of working for us. But yeah, it's one less thing in the back of my head, because I know I warned Nicholas about the airport and the SI situation. I have to do the air quotations because they've been fairly quiet, it seems, after their unit got demolished. So
I'm actually looking into purchasing a plane for myself.
Hey, totally worth it. Totally worth it. You know what? you know what? If you want to take a walk through and look at one and touch and feel, like, just let me know.
I figure I might cash in that favor that Tatiana owes me, her being a pilot and all.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good way to use it.
Yes, it would. So, well, if you ladies would like to enjoy the cabaret for a time, I do have an employee to meet with to find out why she wore a wig that looks remarkably like my hair.
Ugh.
Best of luck with that. If you need any help cleaning any messes, you know where to find us.
Oh, interesting thing about her, she's actually very, very important to Luke, the art critic and gallery owner.
I wondered when it sounded like Amelia was describing a cabaret and an artist who was,
Yeah.
sounded very familiar from what you've told me.
Mm-hmm. So yes, she is his prodigy. And he is on my shit list. So this will be fun.
Sucks to be that turd in that toilet, but I mean,
So you ladies have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your time here.
oh yeah.
Of course, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good evening, Jackie. Bella, I'm gonna go make sure Evan hasn't gotten in trouble.
And he hasn't gotten in trouble, but he definitely, once again, has two people sitting at his table, one male, one female. And as you walk in, Isabella, as you walk in the room, Amelia winks at you.
Can I tell what he's done?
It's probably something.
Bother.
Genevieve is actually going to sit down at the table with Evan and the two other individuals. Just, she's not going to say anything. She's just going to sit there and listen. And
As we close on this scene, Jackie, you see the woman that was performing on the stage. When she comes off, you see somebody, a man whispering to her, and she runs over and you see Etienne speak with her a second, and she goes down the hallway, obviously to report as she was told.
Housed for blush of life.
Okay. And we're going to, in that scene right there, we don't need to have her getting her dress down on that. Yeah. But we're going to flash over to Roscoe's store, because while all this was going on, Roscoe had something he was wanting to do. Another ribbon to be burned?
Yeah, I occasionally, just from time to time, I check on Eleanor to see if she's ever resurfaced in our realm.
Okay. So roll your intelligence plus blood sorcery, please, and do a rouse check. And you get hungry, and your beast actually speaks. She's cast you aside like you've been cast aside so many times. Why do you think you'll be able to find her? You can't even find your own ass. Your beast is a dick there, Roscoe. 7 successes.
With a crit.
And you dip the ribbon in blood. And this time it actually burned. It didn't burn before. But there's something odd. The gold just is a circle around the ribbon. That's it. A gold path leads right from the ribbon and does a circle around it. As if it just keeps looping right there. Now, the last time she was in this store was a month, 2 ago?
Been quite a while.
Very odd. And once the ribbon burns, the loop stays there. You still see it. And then your front door opens. Now, you're in the back room. I know you didn't do this in the front room of the place, but you hear your front door open. Now, you're sure you locked that bitch. But you just heard the bell ring.
Okay, kind of odd this time of night. Well, I'll head out.
And when you go into the front room, there's a woman there. You recognize her. She's normally seen with Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
And as you coming in, she's tucking something away in her purse.
It looked like something she's picked up.
No, it looks like a little black, almost like a lens case of some kind.
Okay. Oh, good evening. Could have sworn I'd locked that door.
You did, you little bastard.
Oh. Okay. So, what brings you to my shop this evening?
Why the fuck did you do that? Why did you stand her up, you
Do what?
fucking shit?
Stand who up?
Samantha.
Oh, well, I did not really want to stand her up, but I had no means of contacting her, and shop business had come up.
Oh yeah, likely store shop business. It's a fucking bookstore. What do you fucking think you're a secret agent? Are you James Bond and shit? Seriously.
Maybe. And who the hell are you to talk to me that way?
I'm her fucking friend. And you fucking hurt her. She come back crying.
She kind of hurt me too, so I think we're even on that point.
Did she kick you in the balls?
Not quite.
She should have.
No.
You can't just be treating my friend like that.
You can't just be coming in my shop, opening my damn door.
I picked it. What you gonna do? Call the police? Lock
I
me
have
up?
other ideas. Police ain't going to hear about you.
Well, that's good, because enough people know I came over here. You'll have
Really?
some visitors.
Well, we'll see about that.
Look, my dad's the fucking chief of police. Go ahead, try some shit. Come on, try it. You want investigators beating down your door? They'll come.
That might be an interesting challenge. So tell me, if she's so hurt, why did she not even stop to talk?
Because you fucking hurt her, dude. Come on.
Wasn't
She went
my
out on a
intention.
limb. She exposed herself to make a date with you. And then she even told me you were the one who suggested it. And then
I did, but
Oof.
things came up. And if I had her number, maybe I could have called her to say, hey, look, something's come up and let's reschedule.
Oh, no, I'm not giving you her number. But I tell you what, I'll ask her if she wants you to have her number. How about that?
That works
Okay,
for me.
there, lover boy.
Yeah, and stay the fuck out of my shop.
I'll burn this bitch to the ground. You keep it up.
Wouldn't be the first time. Try me.
That's right. It was on the other side of town, wasn't it? Shame if it happened again, right?
Yeah, it would be.
And she turns and slams the door this time behind her. And then you see her pull her lockpicks out, and she actually locks the door behind her from the outside.
I laugh at that. That's kind of funny, actually.
And then she stomps off down the street. And this is where we're going to end this episode. Roscoe got read the riot act. But he's got a little more info to work on with Samantha, because now he knows her friend's father is the chief of police. That narrows it down a lot. There's only one chief. I guess he's going to have to talk to Jackie. And I'd, of course, go ahead, Roscoe.
Oh, that's going to be a conversation for sure.
Absolutely.
After they were followed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to thank all the players. This was an interesting episode. Y'all dealt with, well, Jerry Lightwood, Jenny ripping the thing off, Jackie with the ultimate Ventru dominate role. That was fucking amazing. Just fucking did it. Just bam.
Do as I say, bitch.
Calm him down. Tatiana slamming him against a bookcase. That was good. Isabella finally met Amelia, which is good. Important to get that meeting in, because they needed that. And Isabella also found out a little bit more about what Decker is thinking and why Decker may not be happy with her, though it's Decker.
As much as anyone can.
Yeah, it's Decker. And of course, we've also established that Emilio did something to Evan. We just don't know what yet. Though Jenny was quite smart to warn Isabella to pass the message. And of course, I'd like to thank the players. Now, right off, let's go viewer vote. This week, I'm actually giving the viewer vote to everybody because we had the first full table we've had in a long time, since halfway through last season. So in commemoration of a full table, it doesn't matter what the votes were. Sorry, you're all overruled. In commemoration of a full table, everybody gets an extra XP for that. Now, pop over to Discord right now. Vote on who gets the viewer vote. By the way, the highest viewer vote was Nicholas. I'll just put that out there. But pop over to Discord right now. Do the viewer vote. It's not just about the viewer vote. I mean, the viewer vote's great. It shows the players that you enjoy what they're doing. But also, we have a great community. We cast our shows from the Discord. There's a lot of people over there that are just good people. So pop over to the Discord. Come hang out with us a bit. If you like what we're doing, of course, you can give us a follow here on Twitch. You can give us a subscribe. If you don't want to deal with, Twitch being a pimp and taking half the money, you can go to our Ko-fi and donate that way because they don't take half. Bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way of showing the players you enjoy what they're doing. You want to catch the back episodes? YouTube. Go check it out. You got our YouTube. You got the Haunted Chronicles in Ishvel, which is the London Esoteric Society for Ishvel. And the Haunted Chronicles has Tormented Souls right now coming up on it, which is our D&D 5e. Relent will talk about here in a minute. Check out our friends, great content creators. One of them you see right in the center of the screen right now. Give her a follow. Go check out her stream. I'm sure when you're on her channel, she will plug her other games she's in or the other channel she's on, and you'll be able to get in on that so you can get some more red because, hey, more the merrier, right? And trying to think. Oh, merchandise. Get your merchandise right here in chat. We got Season 5 merch. Get you some good Season 5 merch. Look at these cool posters. Get one of those. Hang them on the wall. Get it on a notebook. Then you don't have to have it on the wall.
Yep. If you don't have wall space, it's on a notebook.
We've got all of them hung on the wall. I bought poster or frames, like movie style frames, marquee frames to put our movie posters on, and we got them hung up because of course we do. And now I'm going to turn it to my wife because I think I got everything. I think.
Yep. I think you did too. All right. So thank you so much for joining us for episode
3.
God, I can't even. I'm sorry. My brain is mush at this point. Episode 3 of Season 5 of Windy City After Dark. Coming up over the next week. Actually, Tormented Souls is on break this week, coming up between now and the new year. But on the 1st, Shanky will be streaming live. Is it 3 p.m. Eastern?
Why, yes, it is.
On New Year's Day, 3 p.m. Eastern, Shanky is going to be streaming live the first part of a 2-part series of Achtung Cthulhu.
It's World War II, Cthulhu, Nazis. So they're going to punch Nazis, shoot Nazis, and beat up cultists. Great combo.
Yes. So join him and the crew that he has assembled for that at 3 p.m. Eastern on New Year's Day, Saturday the 1st. And then, of course, we will be back here on the 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern with Windy City After Dark, Season 5, Episode 4.
And we have an amazing cast. There's some straight-up I'm just going to say straight-up characters in the amazing little Achtung Cthulhu. And I'm dropping their asses in the Carpathian Mountains.
Evie Eternal, Ravnos Archon, Mortuous. I mean, there's Zem. I mean, it's a lot of great folks, and there's more. So yeah,
Seba was in The Way Home.
Seba's in it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
And for those that watch the Session 0, Gray is even in it.
Yes, Gray is too.
Yep. So a lot of European players because we're in a European-friendly time, and it's going to be interesting to see what I do to them in World War II dealing with Nazis. That should be fun. And as always, everybody, mental health, it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. This time of year is rough on a lot of people. And please, you need to check in and make sure they're okay because a lot of people aren't. And so you understand, mental health is health. And there's nothing wrong with having mental health issues. It's okay to not be okay. A lot of us aren't okay, myself included. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, please reach out to those around you, talk with them. Just them listening may be just what you needed. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, I understand. Sometimes it's a tough subject to bring up with people. Right now in chat, there's a list of numbers. You can call or text 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And they will talk to you and help you out and to be that lifeline that you need. Because again, it's okay to not be okay and there's nothing wrong with it. And sometimes we just all need a little help. Hopefully you can get that help. We take it seriously. And if you're not one of our U.S. viewers, because those numbers are U.S. based, there's a website link in our chat that you can actually go to and put in the country that you're in there and get the same kind of support lines. So please take mental health seriously and take care of yourself. Self-care is important. It's important to check in on those around you so that you might be able to help do their self-care. And I'm going to turn it over to my lovely wife so she can do her things.
I'm Mama McStabber, real and dare. I'm a registered nurse. And I found out some information today because I get notices from my state health department on situations with public health in the state that we live in. And the only treatment medication that works for the Omicron variant of COVID, which is now the dominant variant in our state, is in a critical shortage. Please, folks, please go get vaccinated if you have not. I called this months ago that people were going to die this winter. And they are. Because there isn't enough medication to treat the mutated variant that has happened because of so many people refusing to get vaccinated. Please, 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 if you are able, go get your vaccines. If you are able to get boosted, go get your boosters. You are going to need it. Because this is going to be bad, folks. So please, go get your COVID shots. And it's also flu season, and flu still kills people, so please go get your flu shot. Please. Said from the bottom of my heart, with lots of love, yes, I am a mean nurse, but I care, and I'm mean because I care. Y'all need to face the facts. This virus kills people. Please get yourself protected.
And from the cast of this amazing show, we should see Lamar and Nicholas back next week.
Yep.
So don't worry, they're going to come back and go, what the fuck happened? And, I thank you all for coming, and
Thank you so much,
happy
Evan.
holidays. Have a safe New Year's, please. So you can be back here on the 1st for Octon Cthulhu. And of course, Windy City After Dark, episode 4,
On
next
the
Sunday.
2nd. Mhm.
Yep. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.